All right, we will call the May 19th Williams County Park Board to order. Beth, can we have a roll call, please?
Barry?
Here.
Steve?
Here.
Brad?
Here.
Corey?
Here.
Bo?
Here.
Chris?
Here.
Shanda? Here.
Thank you. We have a quorum. We will proceed. Item B, approval of minutes of April 7th and 21st.
I move to approve those minutes.
Is there a second?
I second.
Moved and seconded to approve April 7th and 21st minutes. Any additions, corrections, deletions, or discussion? Discussion. Roll call vote, please.
Barry?
Yes.
Steve?
Yes.
Brad?
Yes.
Corey?
Yes.
Bo?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Shanda? Yes.
Thank you. Motion passes. Item C, financial update.
Good morning. All the financial information is in your packet. If there is any questions, or I'd certainly be able to go through them at this point.
I'd make a motion to approve. Second.
Okay, moved and seconded to approve the finances. Any discussion on that? Discussion. Roll call vote, please.
Steve?
Yes.
Brad?
Yes.
Corey?
Yes.
Bo?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Shanda? Yes. Barry?
Yes.
Motion passes. Item D, new business.
All right, new business. The first item there is the Epping Springbrook Dam Water Board lease. That would be the land or the piece of property across the lake from the campground. As we know in the past, that has been grazed. They're no longer using that land. They've committed to not grazing that land, and the water board agreed to lease it to the park board. And knowing that any improvements or anything we did on there, we'd have to work with them on that. The one thing that also came along with this lease at that time, the original idea was that they had asked for compensation for that lease, and then since that time, Corey Parizek, who has been an employee of the water board as well as a board member, he has always had a few properties he takes care of. Those properties are Kettle Lake, Lewis and Clark Boat Landing, Thompson Landing, and Cup Bluff. Corey is busy traveling this summer and will not be able to commit the time he has in the past. And they were looking for a way to keep those properties maintained. And it started with me saying, we could take care of Kettle Lake pretty easy. Kettle Lake, if you're not familiar with it, it's pretty close to Blacktail. It's small. There's not a lot to do. I mean, there's not much to mow. It's just more, and the water board is still paying Mondac to service all of the restrooms. So it'd really just be my guys swinging by on their way to McGregor, taking a quick look, making sure it's okay. And then we talked about those three properties in town, and they're struggling to find someone to take care of them. I don't think it's a big time commitment for us. I think they're all pretty manageable for us. So that's part of the lease agreement as an attachment that we will help maintain those properties.
And this is it. You decide when you stop. I mean, you're not just setting yourself up for a whole bunch of phone calls like the water board calling to say this one hasn't been mowed.
One of the things that I said that I like
take that the wrong way, Beth. I don't want to put Jeremy in a spot where he has to scrap everything at Blacktail because the boat ramp needed a mower that day.
Well, one of the things that I started the conversation with them is that I'm not interested in having two boards that are my boss. You guys are my supervisors. This is who I answer to. That's how it works. And I'm not looking for another board to be my boss. And I don't think that's right. And they all understood that and were in agreement with that. So, yep. So that lease, and that work, that's, the first item on the thing. I'm, same thing. Now that he's retired, Dennis, very first day, he taught me, hey, here in Williams County, we're a team. We're just trying to make everything better. And that's kind of how I feel about the water board properties. They're related to what I do. And I think it's an easy transition for us.
Did you say water board would be assisting in financially in any extra funds?
No, not at this point. They're still going to be responsible for things at their properties. We're just spending the money mowing. We're just going to mow and clean it up. And honestly, even mowing is pretty minimal. The mowing is, there's no mowing at Lewis and Clark Bridge. The only really the big thing at Lewis and Clark Bridge is just keeping an eye on the boat dock. Because, well, a little weed eating, but it's not a big job. It's the biggest thing at Lewis and Clark is just moving the, keeping the boat dock with the.
Sorry, we got some music going on here. Well, and I think the moral of the story is, in lieu of us paying water board lease for that property north of, that's what the mowing and trimming and whatnot is. But one thing I talked to Beth about, I know it's been a while that the water board, we've talked about like integrating signage between the water board parks and county parks and adding their stuff to our website so people know where all recreational opportunities are. I was wondering if we need to revisit that, but will these sites, because of this agreement, kind of be added to our website of just available recreational activities or not? Or does that sound like too much?
So yeah, right now you could go from the park page and there's just a link that just says
Gotcha.
water board properties that other
Okay.
other opportunities.
All right. Anybody? It's part of the lease, so I mean, if somebody would like to make a motion to approve or disapprove this lease, and if there's other questions, we could sure entertain those.
I make a motion to approve the lease with the water board.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, thank you. Moved and seconded. Any questions or discussions about the lease? So it looks like it's a 1-year lease with a renewal of 4 years. Is that what I'm reading?
Isn't it 4.5?
It's a 5. Well, 4 and whatever months.
Yeah, I mean, it initially, the discussion was a 5-year lease, but because we're in a half year, we made it to,
2030.
yeah.
And renew on January.
So I guess it's a 4.5-year lease, really.
Okay. So basically 5-year-ish term. Any other questions, concerns? I mean, Jeremy, thank you for offering to step up. I mean, I guess keep us informed if you think it's more than you think or thought, but hopefully the water board sees tremendous value in this. I think we can really help them out and then kind of synchronize, because I think the rest of our parks are going to get full. We might end up finding out that these are also very valuable assets to make sure folks know they're there. But
Definitely.
Beth.
Also, just to let you know, at Cut Bluff, with the 250th anniversary coming up, the water board has a thing with Brandon Delbo and Lindsay has been helping with, so they're going to redo that whole pavilion thing that we have, kiosk, and put all new Lewis and Clark stuff out there at Cut Bluff. Just an FYI.
Good. Okay. Any other Discussion for the good of the motion? Okay, seeing none, we'll roll call vote, please.
Brad,
Yes.
Corey,
Yes.
Bo,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Shanda,
Yes.
Barry,
Yes.
Steve.
Yes.
Okay, Epping Springbrook Dam Water Board deed.
And I guess that should say water board deed and joint powers agreement. So they're Epping Springbrook Dam, the property on the campground side. It's kind of cut up, even in the middle of the lake. It's kind of cut up, and there is a section in there that is water board property. It's that isn't that long tall one right there, just to the right of your cursor there, Lindsay, or Nessa, right? Nope, one more. Is it? Nope, it's on the right side. That one right there. So you can see the right in the middle of the campground, that tall long section right there where the mouse is. That is that's water board property right now, but it's in the middle of our campground. The water board has agreed to a quick claim deed to give that to the park board because we're using it, maintaining it. It's not going to really change anytime. So that should say water board deed and joint powers agreement for the water board to give us that property, to give the park board that property.
Okay. Any questions? What's the wishes of the board?
I'd move to approve that deed in JPA.
I second it.
Okay, moved and seconded to approve the Springbrook Dam quit claim deed. Any discussion, please? Discussion? Roll call vote?
Corey,
Yes.
Bo,
Yes.
Chris,
Yes.
Shanda,
Yes.
Barry,
Yes.
Steve,
Yes.
Brad.
Yes.
Motion passes. Item E, master plan implementation update.
First thing on there is the financials. It's attached in your packet. I know it's really small, a lot of information on there. We hasn't changed a lot since last month in regards to where we are with the bottom line. We've paid a few more bills, but as far as the bottom line and where we're projecting, we're still right along. So I just have that included. So keep you updated on that. Still feel real good. I think right now we're on pace for ending with just over $4 million. You know, and the goal is always to make sure we end with money. Don't want to go over budget. Want to get done and have money in our pockets. So we're still on good pace to do that. I think we're getting close to be halfway through our spending our money, or just over. So projects just keep moving forward. Next thing on there is Blacktail Dam. Blacktail Dam opens on Thursday officially. People have already been using the trail and using the boat landing and sneaking in there for different things, and that's great. But Blacktail, it'll officially open on Thursday. I'm actually going to contact all of our today. I'm going to contact all of our seasonal sites and tell them that Wednesday after 5 p.m. they're welcome to move in, and then people will actually be able to start have made reservations to start moving in on Thursday. We opened up reservations yesterday at 9 a.m. You know, just like technology, and when a lot of people want something that there's a limited supply of, there were some people that were upset because it didn't go the way they wanted, because not enough campsites for everybody. I think we had in the first 45 minutes we did over $6,000 in sales. In the first 10 minutes, we had over 20 reservations already made. So, you know, I mean, when two people go about the same time and try to get the same site, and then one of them gets it, one of them then gets kicked out, those people aren't happy, but that's just how it works. So Lindsay and I and Nessa fielded some calls and some texts and some emails with upset people, and we were really nice and tried to help them however we could. But it worked okay. We got there. So now that's open, and hopefully after that big rush, we should be okay. The 4th of July was full in 20 some minutes. Like, we were full in 20 some minutes. You couldn't. So that weekend. So we're pretty much just landscaping for phase 1 out there. already getting ready to start phase 2, which will be where we'll work on the beach and then also work on the community building, which will get going fast. So excited. We still know, and we're still reminding people that this is not a completed project. You know, we appreciate their patience. We know we still have more signage to put up. We know have things to do, you know. It'll get better, you know. Dean Tangadall left us, but Dean taught me every time. He said, it'll be better next year. You know, we just keep doing it. It'll get better and better. And that's where we're at. We just want to make it better. It's going to take a little time to get it perfect, but we're getting there. So, so Blacktail's on its way. It's exciting. Same thing with Epping Springbrook Dam. Epping Springbrook Dam is closed. We got a gate right across the front. I've had a couple people saying, well, I can drive to the boat landing. Why can't you just open that gate and let me get to the boat landing? And I have to tell them, well, we're going to be paving that road real soon. So we have to shut it down sometime to get ready for that. But they've mobilized out there and they're getting started to work on as far as our end at Epping Springbrook Dam, we salvaged a lot of things. I mean, the doors on some of the vault toilet, a vault toilet that's being torn down, we use those same vault toilets in other places, and those doors are expensive, and so we took doors off of those, just like the bathroom at the beach at Blacktail. If you notice, if you drive by there, the vault toilet at the beach doesn't have doors anymore because those doors have been damaged and we reuse them. We have some other things that we pulled out that we salvaged to use. But we have one thing left. The only thing we have left to do for Epping Springbrook Dam is we have to get all the vault toilets that are being pulled out. We have to get them emptied out. Supposed to have a company do it this week, but with the rain they got, their drain field, they don't like when you get rain. They get a lot of rain. They don't like filling up too much in their drain field, so they pushed us off to next week, which J.E. Dunn said was good. So as far as our responsibilities to get that site ready to go, that's the last thing we have, and we're scheduled to get that done. So excited to get that moving forward as well. Otherwise, unless there's any questions for master plan implementation, that's all I have.
Any damage from the winds?
We had some trees, not real bad. You know, I only made it to Epping, Little Egypt, and Coteray, and in none of those parks did we have much damage. McGregor lost a few branches. I didn't get out there. My guys did. Guys toured around everywhere yesterday and took a look. I went around this weekend to a few. But yeah, we had some tree branches, but nothing. We were in pretty good shape. We didn't lose too much. Well, lost a big section of roof at that really, that old garage at the fairgrounds, immediately across from the Bowman building. It's an old garage. It might be one of the worst buildings out there. I was standing out there when I watched a section of roof, probably 3 times that desk, just fly right off. So that was something. But that's it. That building was in tough shape already. But in general, other than some tree branches, we didn't have any issues in our parks.
Yeah, I drove out to Coteray after the grand opening of the construction of the new Bison Power Generation Station. It looks really nice out there.
Oh, it's great. Coteray is, in my opinion, the place to go if you got a family and, or you and some friends. It's just small. It's quiet. It's really nice. It's really nice. Really, really excited the way that turned out.
The nature roof removal of that building, does that mean, well, that building's shot, let's tear that down because it's old and decrepit?
I think that was a building that might have been part of the plan anyways.
Okay.
That building's in rough shape.
So there's no plan to fix it unless it's super necessary.
I talked to Keith. He's gonna go up and put some shingles on, and he's gonna go up and because it's just used for storage right now I don't even know what it is. He was gonna go put some shingles on just to patch it up, but it's not in our long-term plans.
Okay.
Yep. So nothing else. Is there any other questions about master plan?
So just random question then, is Fairgrounds property now part of county parks? No.
Nope. I am just helping with scheduling.
I got you.
That's my role with the fairgrounds. I'm help with scheduling, and then as a team, there's a few of us that are helping with on-site supervision, which I help with that too.
Okay.
But we work, Keith and myself and Helen, we're splitting all that on-site supervision up, in coordination. And then I'm in charge of scheduling the fairground. People come through me to schedule it.
Other park updates?
Okay, real quick. I don't have it on there, but we did help out with paddle fishing. We were with parking again. The Parks Department helped with parking control and shuttles. We are much improved from last year. Just like I said, every year we'll get a little bit better. So it went really well. I think it was busy right away, but I think everything went out there really well on our end. I think we had good people. We had good support. We had, the Tom and from Weeds and Hunter from Vector both jumped in and helped out. They were part of it, and it was nice. We kind of all worked together as a team, and and obviously Lindsay was out there too, and our parks part. I think I'm real happy with the way it worked for us. We still got some ideas. We're meeting today. Our whole group. We're meeting today to talk about how it went, but just to recap and plan for next year. But I think it all went really well. Moving on down for a parks update at Blacktail Dam. First thing I want to talk about is that there's a corner there on the south side of that map that's up there right now. Right there. Nope, just over to the right. Yep, that inside the road though. That section, but inside the road. Nope. Right there. Yep, right there. So that road is actually on Roslyn's property, and that's where they're going to be looking. That's one of the two locations of that minor subdivision. And the engineering department went through it, Brandon and Jeff contacted Karen and myself, and so we have an easement for that, but it's not just the road. Typically, you guys probably, I know you guys know this better than I do. Typically, it's 50 feet on each side of the road or whatever it is. That easement actually covers that whole little corner there. So they can't do anything because, and they wanted to put one lot with one house in that section. And then there were going to be 3 lots on the outside of the road. So it's not just there, the easement's for the whole thing. So they're going to be coming. The easement is actually with County Highway. It's not with the parks. So they'll be coming to County Commission sometime and asking for something. My guess is they're going to ask to change that easement and make it a standard road one and vacate the rest of the land. I have opinions, but my hope is, I'm like, I think a lot of you, I'm a big believer in private property rights. I do. But I also really don't want 2 approaches right there on that section of road. And I really, as the guy who's in charge of the park, really don't want a house right inside there. It's my opinion. I don't get to make that choice. And I do know that when looking through the lease signed, we don't know what they were compensated for, but they were compensated for that easement. It says $1 plus other valuable something. So we don't know what else it was. We'd have to do some research and maybe never find out. So I think that realistically, my hope is that maybe there'd be an opportunity for us to buy that at a fair price. We don't have to do anything, right? We could very easily say, no, there's an easement. You can't build on it.
Where are the other 2 lots for that?
The other 3 are just directly across the road.
So I guess my question, and we can ask this when it comes to the county commission, but how did that all get missed when this went through planning and zoning? I mean, and I'm not shooting that at you. I'm just saying it out loud because this to me would be something that should have been told to them when they were putting this whole thing together before it was approved, because now here we are on the back end again, and we're not looking like we did our homework. So if I sound frustrated, I am, because I am truly property rights, but doggone it, now we just stepped in it because we didn't do it on the backside. It should have been taken care of before it even came to the commission the first time.
Well, I would bet that would have been a landowner title search is what finally found that, correct? I mean, it looks to me like that. I mean, it's all 1/4 section, then it's undivided. So the easement would be tied to that quarter. so they probably wouldn't even known about that or remembered it until they started doing title work in order to subdivide those.
Well, I'm pretty sure planning and zoning was aware of this easement because I had this discussion about this thing back at that time, really, when this whole Roslyn thing came up. So I, I don't know, I can't remember. It was part of the staff report to the planning and zoning commission and the board when you approved this in the first place. But I mean, I know that we were aware of it at that time. So this is not like something we discovered just now.
So they
So-
would have been aware of it too.
The Roslins,
Right.
yeah.
And I was at the board or the planning and zoning commission meeting and everyone was aware of it.
Okay, well, that makes it very different in my opinion then, if everybody was aware of it.
I guess maybe what I should say is everybody but Jeremy. I just heard there was an easement and I figured it was a normal road easement. And yeah,
Oh, I thought it was a road easement too.
Me
I
too.
didn't think it was the whole thing. What
But-
I understood was a road easement.
How big of a, how much acreage is that on the north side of the road?
oh, couple acres.
Is it even that big?
I don't know. Not. Yeah, that's it. Maybe 2 acres. Yeah.
So
And then just so we do know, when we originally designed the trail that goes through there, it did kind of follow. It was on that where that 2-track is right now, which is on that land, and we caught that. We're like, oh, that's not our property. We don't want to build the trail on there. So our walking trail that we have out there is not on that land at all. We rerouted it so it would not go through that property. So however it works out, I mean, on that end, it's okay. And like I said, there's no action for this board to take today. I just want to make sure you know, I heard about it and it does involve our park. So I want to pass it on so you guys know what's going on. Okay, so otherwise things with the one other thing at Black Hill, I know that Commissioner Hinchin contacted me, and I asked to get the road bladed this week. I did talk to County Highway, not specifically below the dam, just below the dam, and I specifically talked to Tanner. Yep. Yeah, and I specifically talked to Tanner, and Tanner already knew that dust control had been put down, and he was gonna take a look at blading below the dam. He thought he could get it done. If he doesn't, Carter, remember last year we bought that, Dennis recommended that small pull behind blade we bought. If it isn't done by Friday, Carter's just gonna do it. Because I'm sure Tanner's plenty busy and his crew are busy too. He said he thought he'd get there to it, but just in case you don't, we have a backup plan, so we'll use that other thing if we have to. So that blading's getting done. And then just in general, for this rain is definitely causing a headache with mowing. We feel like nothing has grown at all, not even weeds, and now everything's growing, and my guys are mowing like crazy right now. So that's just one thing that we're dealing with this week is, you know, we had nothing. We're sitting waiting around, waiting to mow. I can't believe we're this far in and we haven't mowed yet, other than just spot mowing here and there. And now my guys are mowing like crazy. So I know we won't get the golf course done before this week. I don't think the golf course is that long. I think that's okay. But my guys are hustling and mowing this week. So otherwise, as far as parks updates, we already talked a little. Oh, Epping Springbrook. Did I have? Nope. I think we already talked about Epping Springbrook. Little Egypt. Nothing new surprising there. We went through. Got the well turned on, got everything going, got all our water samples in to get that started. So we're in good shape with our water out there. Lookout Park, we tomorrow we're turning on our irrigation system at Lookout Park, and we'll be doing that. McGregor Dam is the one that probably needs mowing the most. I think we're sending up a crew tomorrow. McGregor Dam needs to be mowed, so I think we're heading up that way tomorrow. And Coda Ray, I think we talked about a little bit. I'm really excited about Coda Ray. It's everything's starting to come in. We did lose. Looks like there's maybe some trees, brand new trees that didn't make it through. I'm pretty sure those are they have a 1-year warranty on them, so we'll get those replaced. I will say that I haven't looked at Blacktail yet today, but Little Egypt and Coda Ray are full for this weekend. They were full weeks ago for this weekend. So we'll have people moving in probably starting tomorrow and spending the weekend there. So should be busy weekend of camping.
When are you guys putting speed bumps in, or are you doing them again at Blacktail?
This week Carter's putting them in. I talked to him when we talked about dust control, and he said I'm gonna wait till right before Memorial Day. He would put them in pretty much the same place he had them last year, unless you guys have any Brad or anybody has any recommendations of a specific spot. Mhm.
At the golf course, there is the trail, the walking trail. There are ATV tracks on that as of yesterday.
Mhm.
So I
And we're
know
going
we
through.
don't have signs there yet.
Nope, that's something that's going to be my job tomorrow. Is I'm spending the afternoon tomorrow going out, and I will be putting up, like I mentioned before, I'll be putting up like green fence posts and then just snow fence in every place where it's the road, where 2-track is on the road, and then putting them in a safe location so they can be seen and all that. But lots of places where that 2-track is now, going to put a fence across it with signage that says no ATV. That's my job tomorrow afternoon. So want to get that done before the holiday weekend.
Hey, Jeremy, one quick comment that I was sharing with the other board members up here. I wanted to make sure to share it with everybody, but you can't use our GIS system as a exact measurement, but just using this, that little triangle lot doesn't even add up to an acre. So
Oh,
we
not
wouldn't
even
be able
1
to get
acre?
a septic system. So
Yeah, not even
So-
an acre.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not. I know it's not big. Yeah. So, I guess I didn't mention one thing. I had I got in contact with some graduate students from from Brown University. They are working on a buoy system for harmful algae blooms. It's different than the LG Sonic one we have. The LG Sonic one is sonar, that sonar waves. This buoy system is a filter system, and so you'd put a buoy out there, and each buoy costs $5,000, and then you would there's a filter that goes in it, and each filter costs $5,000. The buoys would be able to be reused. The filters would not, but then the filters have proteins in them, and then the proteins would attract the phosphates to them. And then once that filters up, I guess you could sell these phosphates. They were going to get back to me on information on that, but you'd be able to sell those. And then the next year you'd have to buy a new filter and put it back in. So I don't know. It's really new for them. It's a test. It's like I said, there are 2 graduate students who are working on this, and they are looking for test subjects to places to do it. And I found out about it. To give you a comparison, like I said, so one buoy with a filter is going to be 10 grand. Every year you'd have to put another 5 grand in it. In comparison, the buoys we bought for Epping Springbrook Dam, I think were about 80 grand each. And then there's a service contract with the ones at Epping Springbrook, $10,000 a year. There would be no service contract with these. You would have to buy the new filters. I did send an email out to a pretty good sized email. I had talked to Commissioner Kemp about it, so I included him on it. I included Brad on it. I included Don Eggy and my contacts at the Soil Conservation District and my contacts at the State Department of Environmental Quality. In talking to the Soil Conservation District, I think that they could, the money that we could use money from that saltwater spill from back then that they have, I think we could use money for that to do it. So we're very early. Their goal is to start this project next year. So we're very early on it, but I think it might be worth trying.
Should they give you an idea how many water acres per buoy?
Too early. We know we need to decide that. You're on that email and you'll see that as we go through, but no, they haven't, I just got them kind of the lake information and everything. And then I saw this morning that Brian from the Department of Environmental Quality sent them all of their water sampling testing information that they've got. They sent that to them. So we'll see. They're going to start researching and looking into that and giving us some ideas of how many buoys we would need or what the expectation might be. I can imagine sometime here in the next couple weeks, maybe month, that we would try to set up an online meeting with everyone in there so they could educate us and give us an idea of what we're looking at. But I think it's an interesting concept. I think it's worth looking into. You know, I think it's, you know, I mean, last year we had a harmful algae bloom, and we're worried about water this year. You know, if we get hot and dry, we might be in the same boat. You know, and that's not unique to us, right? In North Dakota, we have a lot of these small dams. You know, the water, when the water wasn't meant to be dammed up, it was meant to flow and run. And since we dam it up, it causes something different. And so it's not just us, but it's something worth looking into, I think. Otherwise, they're from Brown University on the East Coast.
Okay. Any other questions for Jeremy on the parks? Okay. Item G is June 16th, 2026, I believe.
Sorry about that. I
Did
guess
the
I'm just
buoy,
real
those buoys come with a time warp machine to go back to 2024?
I'm just nostalgic for 2024, I guess. I apologize for that. I missed that.
Ah, the good old days.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, if there's nothing else for the good of the order, I would adjourn this meeting 9:36.